कर्म ये संसार तेरी कर्म भूमि है, तू अपना कर्म निष्काम कर्म से कर। यदि तेरा कर्म सिर्फ तेरे हित के लिए है तो वो कर्म पाप की ओर लेके जाता है, और वही यदि वो कर्म संसार समाज कल्याण के लिए करेगा तो वही कर्म तेरे को मोक्ष की ओर लेके जाएगा। अब आज की अगर हम बात करें तो मानवता है, लेकिन कितनी मात्रा में? इंसान आज की डेट में अगर हम बात करते हैं तो इंसान आज जैसे हाल ही की हम बात करें तो दो हमारी वो घटनाएं जैसे घटी। एक तो हुआ कोविड, तो कोरोना ने हमें एक चीज ये सिखाई कि आज की डेट में इंसान हाँ जिंदा है, इंसानियत है इंसान के अंदर। दूसरी तरफ एक आजकल चल रहा है रूस यूक्रेन का युद्ध, उसमें हम देखते हैं कि यहाँ मानवता को शर्मसार एकदम कर दिया गया है। एक तरफ यहाँ कोविड में लोगों ने मदद करी, इंसान अंदर कैद हो गए लेकिन लोगों के अंदर की इंसानियत बाहर आ गई। दूसरी ओर रूस यूक्रेन में अगर हम देखें तो यहाँ पर बीते भी रिसेंटली आंकड़े को जारी हुए थे, तो उन आंकड़ों में ये पता चला कि करीब 8,500 लोगों की मौत हो गई उसमें, और करीब 14,500 लोग उसमें घायल हो गए। तो ये तो नहीं कह सकते कि मानवता आज की तारीख में है नहीं लोगों में, लेकिन ये भी नहीं कह सकते कि मानवता है पूरी तरह से, क्योंकि ये वाद विवाद का विषय है कि मानवता है या नहीं है लोगों के भीतर। दूसरी ओर अगर हम स्वामी विवेकानंद जी का एक विचार है जो मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि अगर ईश्वर को पाना चाहते हो तो मानव की सेवा करो, यदि नारायण तक पहुंचना है तो दरिद्र नारायण भारत के भूखे लाखों भूखे लोगों की सेवा करो, उसी से उसका मार्ग निकलेगा। थैंक यू।
कम मार्क्स मिलेंगे है ना, इसको कम मार्क्स मिलेंगे, कुछ किया ही नहीं इसमें।
Next participant, serial number 8, Kritika Bhatt from Graphic Energy University.
A few days ago, I was given the responsibility to cook dinner for my family. The dinner was turning out very well, unless a strange expression on the faces of my relatives made me wonder I had forgotten to put salt in the food. Little later, I realized that such a deliciously prepared meal can turn bland in a second just because of that one missing element, which is salt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what many of us do not realize, that service to humanity is that very salt in our service to mankind and devotion to God. A very good morning to one and all present over here. Today I, Kritika Bhatt, has got the opportunity to present my views on the topic, service to humanity is worship of God. God is the supreme being in all his manifestations, and one of his supremest creation is human, and we are all connected by that bond. But unfortunately, many a times we forget to look at our fellow humans with an elevated mindset. You might be wondering what I am talking about, so let me take you prior 2-3 days earlier when you refused to give a glass of water to that beggar, he who had the impression of God within himself. You were disgusted by his outer appearance, but that you never realized was just an overcoat to his soul, and by soul we all look the same. Have you ever wondered why taking care of others and providing relief to the people in need is considered a form of bhakti? It is because it frees a person from the shackle and bondage of ignorance which had been binding them earlier, and gives them that elevated mindset to see through the bodily flesh and locate God in every human possible. Phrases contribute a very important part and parcel of our life, but there's one phrase that has caught my attention very recently. That is to be self-centered, to take care of people just around you and not to be bothered whatever is happening. But I would like to ask a question to the people who are implementing this quotation in their life. What would have happened at that point of time if Raja Bhagirath would have decided not to meditate for the sake of the humanity and invite the holy water of the Ganges to descend upon the earth? Ladies and gentlemen, what would have been the condition of this planet if he would have taken this decision that way? Development, self-reliance, patriotism, ladies and gentlemen, is one and the same term because they have their root in helping our brothers and sisters in need. We cannot dream of a self-reliant nation without the condition wherein all the citizens have an equal platform to represent their voice. We cannot discuss important issues such as national interest until all the citizens of the country stand hand in hand. Swami Vivekananda gave the one clarion call, and that was arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. And we have the clarion call within us to pass on that legacy. Still, I would like to conclude in the words of Swami Ramakrishnan Paramhansa that Shiva and Jiva are interconnected because they both contain the soul. And hence, worship of Shiva is the service to Jiva. Thank you.
Okay guys, the bell is going to ring first time out after 2 minutes and last final line on 3 minutes. Alright? Next participant we have from serial number 10, DWT, Dayanand Gunjan Tripathi.
Human civilization, the epitome of God's creation. So what bequests this creature's gluttony to be satiated? Mankind looks up to greatness, or not to forget it exists, with the chronicles of greatness of Swamiji transpiring in his pulsating human hearts. Our quintessential desire to be sanctified by God quenches his thirsts. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gunjan Tripathi, and I shall be presenting my thoughts on today's topic of discussion: service to humanity is a service to God. So I hope you lend me a kind ear. The shouts of discrimination of reigning religious, racial and not so human war die a desperate tongue when human will integrate into a power to do good. If you are to believe in God, Miss Foley would mock the human civilization for failing to see the goodness respiting in all its glory inside each one of us. The holy grail to God. It bends and curves around this wheel of religion. But if only to witness the religion of humanity toiling as an integral cog. When this calloused, yet devoted hands traveling miles on rosary chanting come forward to help out a fellow human in need. Now that is a true form of worship to God. See, kindness ripples a domino effect in the cultural sea of human mind. These ripples resonate, become larger to life, and with each passing drop of humanity calls out a universal petition to God that we haven't failed you in your service. Now, there will be hindering whirlpools, and for fools and fowls will driving aboard selfish ships. And to such people I ask, all of the world's wealth acquired by you, and yet you fail to part with even a rupee as alms to a beggar. Are you truly rich? We ought to remember that the palms who construct the Roses temples serve the same honor building Roses school. The hands that serve humanity are holier than the lips which pray. So think about it. the creation who wages war under his name. Or the victims, or the one who serves the victims of the same. Who do you think God would be kinder to? Even the philosopher's stone turned irons into gold. A run-of-the-mill insect clinging to a flower teaches God's grace. Knife, a weapon, becomes life's savior in the hands of a doctor. Similarly, the purpose of a life can alter the very course of its journey. So what should that purpose be? Daiva Manushya Rupena, he, the subliminal symbol of all good that exists in this world, lies inside each one of us. Now, are we so selfishly narcissistic to ignore it, or wise enough to cherish it? With this parting thought, I thank you for your time and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Next, we have serial number 30, Kashish Jaffrey, Graphic Era University.
Check. My pronouns to everyone. Should I start? Sarvabhutasthamatmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yog Yuktatma Sarvatra Samdarshana. The true yogis, uniting their consciousness with God, see with equal eye all living beings in God and God in all living beings. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 29. A blessed morning to the August gathering. My name is Kashish Jaffrey from Graphic Era Deemed to be University, furthering the united mission to spread the word of the Lord through my speech on service to humanity is worship of God. It is my tiny request to all of you, if you would oblige, if you could please close your eyes for a moment and think of all the moments, or at least one, wherein you were of service, wherein you could help someone. Even if that was helping somebody with notes or offering water to the thirsty. Did that not bring you closer to the Almighty, ladies and gentlemen? The Jungian archetype of man embraces welfare towards self and towards the society. When we listen to that subconscious voice guiding us to serve selflessly, not driven by what the world professes, or, so to say, mold us into because of how many times we have been disappointed by the world. That is when we actually start to worship God. The flowers being our offerings in terms of the selfless service, while our good faith being the melodious hymn, stirring up the devotional frequencies. The Cambridge definition of the word worship is, I quote, to have or show a strong feeling of respect and admiration for God, our Creator. So who claim that reverence and admiration can only be showcased in isolation within decorated walls and tall bells? Our admiration for God must persist across the humanity created by Him. Our admiration must consistently contribute to the society nurtured by Him. Our admiration must indulge us in collaboration with fellow humans. And our admiration must prompt us to spread His word and advocate His principles through our actions. O Arjun, I am seated in the heart of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, the end of all beings. He is the light, that first who shone as we entered into this world, the guide that guides us through the right path which is to be followed and who will take us back as our companion from where we came. And so in this brief journey on earth, how else could we function without His mercy? And hence, whatever standards a great man sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So let us think and become great by doing the right thing and devote ourselves to the service of humankind. Thank you so much.
Judges, I have a question. So, reading material is allowed or not? Participants, please make sure no reading materials on speech.
I have a query. It wasn't mentioned in your any of the rules or anything that it's not allowed. So we did not get any rules or regulations for the speech itself. And let's put it that way. I'm sorry, Tawil, about that. I just wanted to put it forward that we didn't receive anything. That's all. That's all right.
Yeah, basically, we are organizing public speaking. So, alright, we have next participant, Ashutosh Srivastav from Doon University.
Namaskar. I'm Ashutosh from Doon University and I'm going to present my views. So ladies and gentlemen, for a moment, just stop and think. We are a living miracle of the universe. In the vast emptiness of space and time, we, on this planet Earth, are a living entity. And this itself is a primary identity. All other identities that the mankind has made in the name of religion, in the name of caste, in the name of race, creed, are all minor identities that we tell ourselves to divide each other. But the primary identity is that we are human beings. And we are not just humans, the word includes being. That means we have the conscious ability to become, to be something. And historically, mythologically, India has been a land of seekers. That's why we don't have one God. We have many forms of the divine. We have many sources through which we can seek and realize ourselves to our ultimate nature. Which primarily means that gods and all the divine entities we look towards are the sources where we look to the ultimate realization of human nature. They are the sources, the ideal potential of human nature being realized. And we look them as a source of inspiration so that we can become where they have reached. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the primary focus of today's topic is that service to humanity is worship of God. So as I have mentioned earlier, that divine or the God is a source of liberation. So, if you are a human being and you get all the worldly desires, you have all the wealth of the world, you have all the riches and all the amenities of the world, is your life fulfilled? Just ask yourself. You wouldn't be content, it would become boring after a certain point. Now, the place where you have originated, your surroundings, which has brought you to this conscious existence, it's your utmost duty to do something for this nature. That means to do something for the surrounding, the people, and be human. Do your duty as a human being and worship the nature. Service people, service your surroundings. Make this existence a better place because it has given you an opportunity to exist. And that, I think, truly is the nature of man. And we should adhere to that. And in the words of Swami Vivekananda, the greatest religion of all is to be true to your own nature. That means to be human and work for humanity. With this, I rest my speech. Thank you.
Next, serial number 16, Jatin Khurana from Shivali College of Pharmacy.
नमस्कार, मैं जतिन खुराना शिवालिक कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी का छात्र आपके सामने अपने विचार प्रस्तुत करने जा रहा हूँ, जिसका विषय है मानवता की सेवा ही प्रभु की सेवा है। सेवा हमेशा निष्काम भाव से करी जानी चाहिए। अब देखा जाए तो सेवा दोनों ने ही करी, हनुमान जी ने भी करी, रावण ने भी करी। जो सेवा हनुमान जी ने करी वह सेवा निष्काम भाव से थी, तो वह भगवान बन गए, नवनीति के दाता बन गए। बट जो सेवा रावण ने करी उससे उसका सर्वनाश हो गया, क्योंकि उसके जो उसका भाव था वो सकाम भाव था। सेवा हमेशा वही व्यक्ति कर सकता है जिसको सच में यह बात पता है कि जो भी सांसारिक वस्तुएं हैं वो सभी नश्वर हैं, वो उसके साथ नहीं जाने वाली हैं। जो सच है और जो उसको पता है कि हाँ सच केवल सिर्फ एक प्रभु का नाम है। हम किसी की सहायता नहीं कर सकते बट सेवा कर सकते हैं, और हम भगवान भी नहीं बन सकते पर उस भगवान के पास मतलब भगवान को पाने के लिए एक रास्ता जरूर बना सकते हैं सेवा के द्वारा। सेवा के उठने वाले हाथ प्रार्थना करने वाले होठों से कहीं उत्तम होते हैं, क्योंकि सेवा वही आदमी कर सकता है जो दयालु और उदार है, जिसको पता है कि मानवता की सेवा ही सचमुच में प्रभु की सेवा है। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने इतने उपदेश दिए, उनका एक कथन यह है कि जब तक मैं ये ना जान लूं कि मेरे अंदर ही भगवान है या मेरे अंदर ही शिव है, और अगर मैं जान गया तो जो भी पदार्थ है, जो भी वस्तु मुझे बांधती है, मैं उससे मुक्त हो जाता हूँ और उस भगवान तक पहुँचने का एक रास्ता बना सकता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Guys, keep motivated with participants also. Please try to keep motivating them with you. Alright, next participant we have Devansh Lohan from DIT University.
मानवता की सेवा ही ईश्वर की सेवा है। परोपकार की भावना में क्या तेरा क्या मेरा है, यह स्वामी द्वारा कही गई सबसे अच्छी कथन थी। इसमें कहा गया है, अगर कोई इस एक वाक्य को समझ ले, मानव की सेवा है ईश्वर की सेवा है, वह क्या कुछ नहीं कर सकता। मेरा नाम देवांश लोहान, मैं देहरादून प्रौद्योगिकी संस्थान का छात्र हूँ। आप सभी को प्रणाम करता हूँ। स्वामी विवेकानंद ने कहा है कि मनुष्य जाति से प्रेम ही ईश्वर की पूजा है। आप सभी ने देखा होगा कि अभी के समय में मनुष्य क्या कर रहा है, वह अपने आप को ऊपर करने के लिए बाकी सबको नीचे कर रहा है। वह अपने आसपास के मनुष्यों की सेवा नहीं कर रहा है। रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर जी ने अपनी एक कविता